Hey everyone, welcome to Snarf Talk with Chris.
And Jerry.
And this is our podcast where we give you a behind-the-scenes look as we create a comic book.
We're going to talk about TV, movies, comic books, and hopefully have a lot of guests, other writers, creators, and friends.
Check us out at snarfcomics.com. You can check out our blog and follow along with everything we got going on. Also, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Snarf Comics. And please subscribe and leave a review on iTunes.
Enjoy the episode. Snarf Talk.
We're back
Here we are.
with either a whole new episode or a Patreon exclusive.
You'll figure it out. Whatever you're listening to.
Probably a whole new episode because we're slacking in the Patreon department.
Well, yeah. And I've asked you, like I said, hey, let me log in and let me look at this stuff. Let me have access to some of the Snarf Talk stuff.
Can't do it.
And you're like, nope, you're not part of Snarf Talk as much as I am.
He ruins everything he touches.
He's like, well, what's your name? Jerry? Yeah, are you short? Because short people have no reason to live.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, Randy Newman.
Hey, we got a special guest back this episode.
We do. What's his name?
I'm Dude.
Dude's back. And you know why?
Dude.
Because he got with our producer, Michael Shee.
Mike,
And
wait,
I got on my knees and begged Michael Sheedy to let me back on the show.
Let me hear from Mike. Okay, yes, he said you're back.
yeah, he negotiated with our lawyer, John Higgins.
John,
And
no, it's
God, if that's your lawyer, you guys need to get a better one.
Jerry Justice.
there, Justice Law Firm.
Justice Inc.
So we negotiated a contract for him. It's just a one-picture deal, so
Yeah, don't expect to be back.
he'll have to renegotiate it again.
Probably your last episode.
Michael drives a hard bargain.
So
Yep.
I wish we could help you, but he really runs the show.
He does.
he does. He really does. And
He runs this fucker with an iron fist.
we do. I mean, we like you. It's just that I don't know.
Well, thanks for stepping up to
We're
the
trying to
fucking
keep-
plate.
We got a brand image to maintain.
we got to keep an
you know.
image, So there's that. We got a lot on the plate here. So there's not much news to cover. But what we do have to cover, what we're going to go over is we've got Avengers, right? And what we're going to talk about with the Avengers is if it was a 90s version.
And this was a listener suggestion
It was
from Zach,
Zach
who was
H.
the winner of the Snarf Madness
for you.
Tournament of Champions. That's for me. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Not for me.
So-
I don't remember who my winner was. I'd have to look back. Actually, probably should have had that under wraps. I didn't. Overall, actually, probably Maggie and Zach were the
By far.
overall winners because I think they were number 2 for me and number 1 for you. So really, overall, they were by far the best. Anyway, Avengers 90s version.
Yeah.
If we were to take 90s all-star movie cast, right? And cast them as the Avengers in the movies, that's what we're going to do. After that, we've got top 10 Pixar movies.
Ooh, that's exciting.
There's-
This is like a jam-packed episode.
It's
Know
a
what you're watching.
Jam-packed.
Nope.
No news.
No news, no what you're watching. It's there's only 21 Pixar movies total, and we've got to pick the top 10 out of all of them. The newest one being Toy Story 4. Is that in the top 10?
Ooh.
I don't
We're
know.
gonna find out.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Don't say that.
So what do you want to do first? You want to do our 90s? So I said in our last episode that
Jeez.
all I could think about when I thought about this challenge was the cast of Friends or Seinfeld. And I'm like, man, this is a really difficult proposition. I don't see any of them.
Well, I was going with 90s action stars. That's who I was going to put into my Avengers, so that's
I
how
could
I
see
played it.
George Costanza as Wolverine.
Oh my gosh. George Costanza. I honestly could see Kramer doing a Groot somebody like that. Like
That-
I mean,
that-
making those voices, doing
Yeah.
something like that. Like that's what he did in Seinfeld was voices, and it was more like
Slapstick.
physical
Yeah.
comedy. But I don't know. Is that what we want to do first?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I think we start and we like very briefly thought of had some time to think of ideas, but for the most part, I think it's off the cuff.
Yep.
I think we'd start off with the key anchor being Iron Man.
Ooh.
Iron Man.
Yeah, you get a good Iron Man for the 90's Avengers.
I do.
Oh yeah.
Do you want me to go?
That was probably one of the toughest ones for me.
Me too.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
How
do we go?
I was thinking I'll go first. We'll go around.
All right.
I don't know if this is a very good one, but I was thinking like I had a tough one time. Maybe Johnny Depp.
Ooh.
I think he's got
much better than mine.
He's got some swagger.
Yeah.
He can play swagger. He's good looking.
But in the 90s, he was like 12 years old.
Late 90's.
No,
He's in his 20s.
he's in his 20s. He's perfect. Prime.
Late 90's though. He was older than that.
I
You're
think
thinking of like 21 Jump Street, Johnny Depp. That's like early 90's.
But you know who'd be a perfect Iron Man in the 90s?
Who?
Robert Downey Jr.
Well, yeah, you can't do that. You can't pick that.
'Cause he's...
You can't pick Robert Downey Jr.
No, you can't. You can't use existing.
You cannot use existing.
people.
All of the original Avengers were alive in the 90's.
I like that.
Johnny Depp?
I do. I've got him in my list.
Oh. Who did you pick?
We'll go around.
I went to,
it's dude
I went to
for Iron Man first.
Sylvester Stallone.
As
No.
Iron Man?
Yeah, well, you guys give me 5 minutes to do this, so I was like, he kind of fit the mold as a...
How does he fit Iron Man? Is that who you picked too?
I did pick
You
Sylvester
guys,
Stallone.
that's a terrible pick for Iron
Boom.
Man.
No,
we,
it is
we
not.
literally had 5 minutes to do
How
this.
can
and
he can't play that character at all.
In the
Well,
90s?
In the 90s,
yes, he
yeah.
can.
Judge Dredd, buff.
Yes, he
Iron
can.
Man is like a suave billionaire.
Have
Well-
you seen
well,
Sylvester
Michael
Stallone
Keaton,
in
You would
anything?
call him suave?
Michael
He can
Keaton
do
cannot
anything
play
you want.
everything, okay?
Michael who?
Keaton.
Michael Keaton would be a good Iron Man.
No, I've got
I put
Sylvester
Sly.
Stallone.
That's who I put down for Iron
My
Man.
second choice was Kevin Costner, but
Oh, just wait, buddy.
Interesting. So we'll go. So my pick is definitely better, Johnny Depp.
No, I've got the best. No,
We
Okay.
have the
do.
best. We have the best.
I think
No.
Stallone is
Stallone
the
is
best.
better.
That is a terrible Iron Man. Terrible.
You honestly don't know. What
So
you're talking
Johnny Depp was on the just get out of drug rehab, and he
Yeah, like Robert Downey Jr.
yeah, exactly.
Captain America. I got the pick.
Who you got?
That's Tom Cruise, all the way.
No,
Tom Cruise, all American. He's perfect Captain America.
Mel Gibson.
Mm,
He's older. He's bigger.
no,
Don't tell me you
in the
did.
90s.
In the
in
90s.
the
So-
90s.
Who you got? Come on.
This is off book kind of because I don't necessarily like the guy, but I picked Bruce Willis.
As Captain, he could totally be a Captain
Yeah, that's
America.
a good one.
Yeah.
Jared, I think you just won that one.
I still think Tom Cruise. He's an all American hero.
I know Tom
No.
Cruise is the dude.
He's the dude. Look,
No.
clean shaven, clean cut,
Yeah, but
nice jawline.
He is.
So
but
are you in love with Tom Cruise?
I'm just saying, he'd be the perfect Captain America. There's no other choice for me.
No,
I've got a different choice for him.
Okay.
But I think Bruce Willis is Captain America.
I
myself.
agree with you on that one.
So I'm by
Even
far
though he's kind of a
picking the
dick.
best right now. So number 3, key Avenger, and we're going to expand these out. These guys wanted to do only the key team. We're doing more.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Thor.
This
My
is easy.
pick.
This is easy. Everybody in this room should get the same answer.
My pick's Brad Pitt.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Brad Pitt, perfect Thor.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No. Brad Pitt, got the beard, long hair. Be perfect.
Brad Pitt was in his 20s. Thor's supposed to be a little bit older.
What are you
Schwarzenegger-
making up people's ages for? You don't know the age of Thor. He's a billion years old.
No, he's actually like 30-something in the comics.
Oh, you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, he can be as old as he wants, but
Who did you pick again?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No.
for 90s actors we're talking about, right?
Yep.
90s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I actually have him for somebody else.
I've got him as Thor. I think he'd do really well.
Man, Arnold's the way to go.
You're ridiculous. I don't think
He'd be a
Arnold would be
terrible
good for Thor.
Why
Even
not?
though he's got an accent, that's fine. And so does
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yep.
Jean-Claude Van Damme looks like a Thor to me. Like
And
his
Arnold
body's
doesn't.
built like a Thor.
He's just fucking
He could hold
massive.
a hammer.
Arnold could be like Thanos.
Yeah. Arnold is too big to be
okay.
Thor, I think.
I'll back down on my pick from that.
Thor's like Here's what I've got a problem with the MCU is that Thor wasn't strong enough.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay?
Totally
And
agree.
And I love Endgame. Right? I do. I think it's a perfect ending to like MCU. But Thor is so much stronger in the comic books. Like he's so incredibly strong.
Yeah, but he's just realizing his power.
No, I don't think
No,
that's
in
true.
the comic book is what he's saying. I agree with him.
No,
Like,
but I'm
they
saying
talk-
in the movie universe,
No.
I feel like he's just realizing his power.
No, they
he
talk
just
about
finds
how
his
long-
power in Ragnarok, and then his whole life gets shattered when
Well, that's where
all his people get killed.
Well,
and then
that's
he
where the
becomes
issue
Fat Thor.
comes in, is in Ragnarok when
I
he's
love
just
Fat Thor.
finding this power, because they talk about his power in the original Thor. Like, while he's on the planet, they talk about how, like, when he's still at Asgard, he talks about how strong he is, and, like, this is the guy. Like, this is the guy that's going to save everything, and he's so strong. Okay, well, let's show us that like you have before. Like we know that you can do in the comic books, in the MCU universe. Like in the universe, you are incredible. You are like a god, and yet in the movies, they don't portray him like the same way, and it bothers me.
Yeah.
So,
Well, moving on.
so Thor's the best, and I think Jean-Claude Van Damme would be good.
If Brad Pitt wasn't the best. Hulk.
Brad Pitt's good. Oh, Hulk. I
Hulk
haven't
was
done
Hulk
him
was
yet.
hard because there's Hulk and then there's Bruce Banner.
Yeah, I know. So this is where it got difficult because I picked Bruce Willis for Hulk, but I don't know that he's a very good Bruce Banner.
See, I went with Peter Weller as a Bruce Banner.
Did you only pick like action movie people? Because there's
What?
other actors.
Who? There's other actors?
I had
In the 90s?
5 minutes to scribble names down. I was like,
Yeah, we really didn't have that much time.
RoboCop as Bruce Banner?
why not?
I don't know. I don't know what he looks like outside of his robo suit.
God, so who did you pick for?
I said Bruce Willis.
It's a fucking horrible pick.
Well, my runner-up was David Duchovny.
Oh, man.
He'd be a good Bruce Banner.
He would be a good Bruce Banner.
Yeah. What'd you pick, Jerry? Oh, you got to have something lined
What
up.
do you got? What do you got?
I don't really have anything lined up for
Just gotta
Bruce
pick
Banner,
off
but
the
I am gonna go off the cuff, and I'm gonna say Patrick Swayze.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's not a bad one.
I'm gonna
Nice.
go with the Swayze.
All right. We'll move on to Hawkeye.
So Hawkeye, you going?
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
I have Nick Cage.
Nicolas
Nicolas
Cage.
Cage?
I
Wow.
can see him
Yeah.
as
The
Yeah,
only
Hawkeye.
the only role he's never played.
Yeah, I could see him flinging some arrows.
You know, well,
maybe
So when we said Hawkeye,
maybe when he's done off of Con Air, gets off of the.
Face Off.
Yeah, I love those movies.
Yeah.
I love
They're
Nicolas
so
Cage
awesome.
in the '90s.
The Rock.
I love all of
oh,
those
The
movies.
Rock
That's
is
a great
probably
movie.
awesome.
Yes, Face Off, Con Air, and
What's this Sean
and
Connery
The
saying?
Rock.
He goes,
Welcome
winner,
to The Rock.
fuck the prom queen.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, do you remember that?
That's a
And he
true
goes, he turns
quote.
to him, he goes, guess what? And later in the movie, he's
Yeah.
like, my wife was the prom queen.
I don't remember that. The Rock is a great movie.
It's a
but
great movie.
The only thing I remember of Nicolas Cage doesn't even come from one of his movies. I saw it on Reddit, and there's like a billboard for an advertisement for a roofing company, and they're re-roofing houses, and it's Sean Connery saying "hot shingles," you say, like it's like hot singles, but he says "hot shingles," you say, and it's like it's the best thing I've ever seen.
My favorite Nick Cage movie is Adaptation. I love that movie.
Adaptation. Which one's
Boy,
that?
I don't know if I've seen it.
It's where he plays a writer, and he plays the writer who's writing the movie being John Malkovich. I think his name is Charlie Kaufman. He plays Charlie Kaufman as he's like writing the movie being John Malkovich. It's a great freaking movie. You need to watch it. I think it won an Oscar.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah. So, Hawkeye.
I went with Ethan Hawke.
Oh, that's a really good pick.
Wow, I do like that.
That's the golden pick right there. He'd be great at that.
I like that a lot. Ethan Hawke.
Forget about him.
Yeah, nobody ever
He even
remembers
looks
him.
like he looks more like the Green Arrow. He'd be a great Green Arrow.
He would be a Green Arrow.
He's got like that little beard thingy going on.
He's ugly. You're right.
Jerry, who do you got? Hawkeye.
Oh, Hawkeye. I've got Tom Cruise for Hawkeye.
Yeah, it would be fine if he wasn't a better Captain America.
He's too short.
No, he's not a good Captain America because he is too short. He's kind of a sub character. Like
Tom Cruise doesn't play sub characters.
He will in an Avengers movie when he's making $100 million.
Have you ever seen that guy in a movie called Top Gun?
I have.
No, I didn't because I was inverted.
Have you ever seen him in a little movie called
No, I don't.
Days of Thunder?
Robin is racing, son.
I'm eating iced cream.
I don't think Tom Cruise is the leading actor of an Avengers movie.
Now,
Have you ever
Chris
seen a little
Evans?
movie called Cocktail?
That's risky business, maybe.
Let's just list for the rest of the podcast.
Right,
We're just
let's
gonna list
just keep.
Tom Cruise movies.
Jerry Maguire.
Minority Report.
That movie's so bad.
Minority
Vanilla-
Report?
Oh my god,
I
Vanilla
love that movie. Are you
Vanilla
kidding me?
Sky.
He doesn't like Minority Report.
I like Minority Report, but Vanilla Sky is bad.
yeah,
What's Eyes Wide Shut? Do you ever see that?
Ooh,
I did.
Eyes
Yeah,
Wide Shut.
Yeah, well, who did?
The only reason I watch Eyes Wide Shut is because I was a horny teenager.
I heard there was nudity
and I
in
wanted
it.
to see a
Lot
lot
of
of nudity.
nudity.
And Nicole Kidman.
A lot
was
of
nude in
redheaded
that.
nudity.
And
right
I wanted
there.
to be like, I saw Nicole Kidman nude.
That was a Stanley Kubrick movie.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, because he's fucking weird.
Yeah.
But
Stanley
the moral of the
Kubrick
story
does
is
some weird
Tom
shit.
Cruise is fucking short, and he can't play Captain America.
And he's Hawkeye.
You don't know he's
That's-
short in the movies. They make him seem tall.
No, but
Yeah, they do.
Right, short people don't have any reason to live, guys.
Short people got
We know.
Short
No people got
no
reason to live.
You got a friend in me.
You got tiny hands, little dirty feet.
Fucking disgusting feet.
Kill them all.
No,
Oh
he
my
really
God.
says that. Like, really disgusting feet for some reason.
Moving on.
Randy Newman. He's awful.
We got
Racist.
Nick Fury.
Okay, wait.
Oh,
So
I got-
we
I
did
got one to
Thor,
beat
we
y'all.
did Cap,
I got
we
the
did
best.
Iron Man, we did
No,
Hawkeye,
I got one better. I got one.
we did Hulk.
It's gonna beat y'all.
Nick Fury. Oh, I got it. Man, I got it.
I don't think so.
Nope, I got one to beat y'all.
Chris, go.
Um,
I win.
Mel Gibson.
Oh, fuck you.
No.
Nope.
I got a runner-up that I think might be even better.
Nope.
Should I wait?
Yeah, wait.
Okay, go ahead.
David Hasselhoff.
Well, he already played Nick Fury.
That's why.
In the 90s.
That's why.
I thought about that too. He was good.
He was good.
Did we
He's
get
all
the
right.
Hoff?
I mean, Baywatch. I mean, right
I mean-
there. That's all I gotta say.
Mine probably wins it, though.
What do
to
you
be
got?
honest.
What do you got?
Steven Seagal.
Ooh.
I could see that.
In the 90s?
But I got the real winner right here.
In the 90s,
All right.
Steven Seagal is the guy to play Nick Fury.
Hold on, time out,
He doesn't
time out.
have to do anything.
Time out. Why does he get two choices?
I get two choices here because I wanted
Hold
to,
on, Mike. Mike, this is not fair.
Well,
Mike.
I got to loosen you guys up with the first one before I gave you the real one.
okay, this doesn't count. But
Harrison Ford.
no,
Oh God.
I don't
damn it.
agree.
Nick Fury. Oh, but he'd be a great Nick
That's
Fury.
a fucking horrible choice, Chris.
What?
That's a throwaway.
I don't
That's
believe
a
it.
joke.
Okay,
You just
fine.
waste your
So
time thinking
Steven
about that.
Seagal is Nick Fury.
I do have a character right now that you guys have.
Steven Seagal. Really?
As a look at the Nick Fury
No,
character.
I'm totally against Steven Seagal.
Why?
Just
terrible.
say
He's
Jesse
a side
Ventura. Just say
he's
Jesse
a side
Ventura.
character. Steven Seagal can come in and act like he's the greatest of everything, which is what Nick Fury does.
Just say
He
Chuck.
doesn't actually do anything.
Just say Chuck Norris while you're at it.
Steven Seagal doesn't actually do anything in his movies. So
Mel Gibson.
bring him in.
Okay, here's one you guys probably didn't do because it's not technically an Avenger, but I think I have the perfect casting choice for it. Loki. You got any ideas for Loki?
Give me a minute. Go ahead.
All right, my pick for Loki, and you can't. Once I say mine, you're never going to even have a choice.
No.
Okay.
Jim Carrey.
Oh, done. Yep. Totally agree. Yep, Riddler's right there.
Can I tell you mine?
What?
Keanu Reeves.
For Loki?
Yeah.
But Loki's funny.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Bill and Ted?
I agree. I'm going to side with Jerry on this one.
Of course you are. All right, here's where I got another great one. Doctor Strange. You guys pick a Doctor Strange?
I did.
Yes,
it
I
was
did.
one you've already said.
Okay. My pick for Doctor Strange, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Ooh. Damn.
He's a dark, silent type.
He's too strong of an actor for that.
What?
You win.
Benedict Cumberbatch is Doctor Strange. He's just as strong of an actor.
No, he's not.
I'm going to default.
Have you seen
I said
all
Val
of-
Kilmer, and your pick is much better than mine.
Dude, I love him. He's a great actor. He's great in literally everything he does. He like wins Oscars for every role he's ever been in. And people have said like he's creepily familiar to the role he's playing. Like he's so method. And that only works for certain people. Like being a method actor, Shia LaBeouf tried to be super method, and everybody
Shia
like
LaBeouf. He
Shia
actually tried
LaBeouf.
to be method in his real life. He did crazy stuff in his real life, and he said it was all like an art project.
yeah, and it
Remember
ruined
that?
his life, and
Yeah.
it ruined everything.
Put
that
a
he's
bag
ever,
over his head.
he's ever done. So after his first Transformers movie, he ruined his life.
Yes,
So
he did.
You know, Shia LaBeouf, or
Don't forget, he was in Indiana Jones too.
That was
Yeah.
a fucking horrible movie.
and he was in
I didn't think it was
Fury,
that bad.
like he was in the movie Fury, which was a really good movie.
Holes.
But Holes, yes. But
You know, I took
he's
my
but Daniel Day-Lewis is on another level.
Yeah, but he's dark.
That you have to admit that is a
That's a
great
good
doctor.
pick.
He's good, but
that's
I-
great.
He just hates everything I do.
So-
That's odd. Chris, I agree with you on that. You win.
Okay, no, what's your pick?
I said Val Kilmer. I already went.
Oh, Val Kilmer.
I forgot about Val Kilmer.
Fucking Val Kilmer.
He'd be good
a
for some
perfect
other
Thor.
people. He'd
Damn
be,
it.
he'd be a good
Say when.
He'd be a good Iron Man.
Say when.
Val Kilmer would be a good Iron Man.
So my Doctor
he would
Strange
be.
was Johnny Depp. That's who
That's
I
not bad either.
That's who
Not
I
bad.
picked for.
I still think Daniel Day-Lewis is better. I mean,
I know. I think Daniel Day-Lewis is super serious, and he can't do Doctor Strange.
So you're saying he's such a good actor, he can't act good enough to be Doctor Strange?
Yeah,
That
Yep.
doesn't make any sense, Jerry.
it does make complete sense.
If
Johnny
he's
Depp.
such a good actor, he can act down.
No,
beneath
Johnny
his
Depp.
level.
Johnny Depp could be a perfect Doctor Strange. He's completely strange in his normal life
That is true. He's
to
very strange.
be Doctor Strange.
All right, we got the next one. We're moving on. Black Widow.
Oh, I haven't picked one yet. Hang on.
we got 30 seconds. Go ahead, Chris.
I picked Uma Thurman.
Sharon Stone.
Give me a minute because I gotta look up '90s actresses.
Really? You can't think of anything from
You
your
can think of a
years?
90s actress?
No,
I mean, Jennifer Aniston.
I definitely think Uma Thurman's way better pick than Sharon Stone. She's like a Kill Bill. Come on.
What's the chick from The Fifth Element?
Uma Thurman?
No, it's not Uma Thurman. From
No,
The
it's
Fifth Element.
Mila Jovovich.
She'd be good.
no, I got
She'd
it.
be good.
She'd
She'd
be
be
good.
good. She
Yeah,
was
I
in the
got it.
Resident Evil movies.
Yeah. She'd be good.
You want to know the actual Black Widow in the '90s?
What?
Sigourney Weaver.
Ooh.
Yes.
I don't see her as like a martial artist.
Really? Because she didn't fight aliens,
Yeah, but in a robotic suit.
and without a robotic
But
suit
not
in
with
Aliens
karate.
1, it doesn't
She's
matter.
like big, you know? She's like
You don't
strong.
think? Have you
She
ever
can
seen
see
her?
Sigourney Weaver as She-Hulk?
Hey,
I
Chris.
could see that too. Yeah, you're right. Have you ever seen her in a
Chris,
little
what was your pick again?
episode
Uma
called
Thurman.
Yeah, Jerry just won.
No, come on.
Sigourney Weaver? Have you ever seen her in a little movie called Blue Cats?
No, I am not.
Oh, well, there's a movie with blue cats in it.
Oh, you mean Dances with Wolves in Space?
Yes.
Okay.
That movie.
Fucking what?
She was basically Black Widow in that movie.
She was...
What the?
Dances with Wolves in Space? You've never seen that?
No.
It's a little movie called Avatar.
Oh.
Avatar.
Who hasn't? It's still the ranking box office.
Yeah.
It is. So,
And there's like
Avengers
14 of them
Endgame did
coming out in the
not.
next 10 years.
Did
And
not-
shit. Disney's doubling down.
James Cameron is an idiot.
All right.
Apparently.
Like, go back in your freaking submarine, James Cameron.
So we're so solidified that
Well, I think my list
Sigourney
is correct.
Weaver is Black Widow.
No.
Okay.
No.
Nope.
I want a
Nick
martial
Fury
artist.
Is Steven Seagal, and Doctor Strange is Johnny Depp.
I actually
Okay.
think Mia Jovovich should be a good one.
I think it would be a good one.
Jovovich.
Yeah. She's a Slovakian.
Yeah, not well known.
Ant-Man.
Oh, man.
Oh, I didn't think
I'm not
about
fucking
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Oh, hang on. Give me a minute.
I am going with... This is a tough one. But I'm going to go with... what's that?
What, like
Ben
like,
Stiller.
Wait, like Hank Pym or like
No, like Scott Lang.
Scott Lang. All right. Oh shit.
I'm going to go with Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller. I like that. I kind of like that pick.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yep, that was easy.
There we go. So it's
You
been
win.
decided.
No, it's not. We all have a pick. Next would be Dude
For Ant-Man?
for Ant-Man.
Yeah, Chris wins. I don't have anything.
I'm going to have something different. Give me a minute.
Hey,
We can't just have dead air while you look up.
No, I
who's your next
understand that.
superhero?
Who's my next superhero?
Yeah, so I can be thinking about it.
Scarlet Witch.
Oh, god damn it.
I got one.
For what? Ant-Man? Who?
Jeff Bridges. He'd be so good.
For fucking Hank Pym? Or
He'd be great Hank Pym.
he'd be a great Hank Pym.
No,
Yeah.
you're thinking of the older Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
dude.
well, Jeff Bridges in the 90s is not that old.
I can't see it. Sorry.
The dude? Really?
The dude is not that old. He's like in his mid-30s.
But he does abide.
He does abide.
So you can
I
see
don't
him
abide.
as the dude, but you can't see him as Ant-Man.
Correct.
Being the snarky, like weird one.
Yeah.
No.
I can't buy it.
No.
I can.
No.
Scarlet Witch?
You're ridiculous.
Good lord.
Glenn Close.
Fucking random fucking names coming out of his mouth.
He's just picking people now.
No, what?
That's
Do
your
you
pick,
even
really?
know who Glenn Close is?
Like 101 Dalmatians?
Yeah.
With Cruella de Vil?
Yeah.
Yes. Scarlet Witch.
de Vil.
You guys aren't remembering, like in the 90s, these people are like maybe 20 years younger than they are now.
And hot.
I went with...
Actually, like 30 years younger than they are
Yeah,
now.
literally.
I went with Sandra Bullock.
So she's like 14.
No. Come on. She was a huge movie star in the 90s.
And Glenn Close isn't?
I don't know. Was she?
Yeah. She was an Oscar nominated actress.
What was she in?
Everything.
Like Steel Magnolias or something?
I was going with Courtney Cox.
Seven-time
There's the Friends one. She could do that. Yeah.
Seven-time Academy Award nominated actress Glenn Close.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's nominated
but yeah,
for such features as
but here's the
drinking
thing:
tea.
you'll have her play fucking Scarlet Witch, but she's good. Daniel Day-Lewis is too good to play Doctor Strange.
Yes.
known
I do
for
think
such
that-
triumphant roles as old lady sipping tea, evil dog skinner.
You guys are the worst.
Okay, The Vision.
Oh man, this isn't fair.
John Malkovich.
done.
That's good.
Done.
Boom.
I picked Jean-Claude Van Damme, but I think yours is better.
Yeah, Jerry wins.
That's good, actually. All right, we'll go on to Black Panther.
This is fucking easy.
What?
Really,
You're going to
Denzel?
say Denzel.
Denzel. It's fucking.
I was going to say Wesley Snipes.
No, he's Blade. He can't do that.
You know what? That's not bad.
I think it's a toss-up.
No.
Yeah. Well, we also have Falcon.
You're right.
There's got to be smart
Morgan
black. There's got to be smart black
Morgan
guys from the
Freeman.
90s.
No. Eddie Murphy?
Ooh, I would take Eddie Murphy as one of
Gotta
them.
be somebody else from the 90s. Come on.
Eddie Murphy's totally like.
Gotta be somebody else. Gotta be somebody else.
Eddie Murphy would be a great Falcon. Remember Beverly Hills Cop? He'd be great. That'd be a good one.
What about Woody Harrelson?
Bum, 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 bum.
I like
Doing that
Sandra
shit.
Bullock as Black Widow.
Well, I had her as Scarlet Witch.
I know. I like that.
Spider-Man.
Ooh. Oh, man.
Edward Norton.
No.
Yep. Edward Norton.
I
I
could
know
do
he
that.
already played Hulk, whatever, but he could absolutely be
Maguire.
Spider-Man in the 90s.
I'm going with
Tobey Maguire.
Come
no,
on.
you can't go with
First of all, that was in the 2000s. I'm going with Matthew Broderick.
No.
Come on, he was
No.
young.
Fuck no.
No. I don't like him.
Gotta be
Leonardo
somebody
DiCaprio?
better.
In the 90s, I
He's too
could go
cool,
with.
though.
It's Leo.
He's too cool.
I could go with that.
You know, I could go with that.
All
Yeah,
right.
agree
I know
with
you
that.
guys didn't want to go out to the Guardians, but I got a perfect pick for Star-Lord.
Star-Lord? All right.
Brendan
What?
Fraser.
It is good. Damn it.
Chris,
I
you
can't
win.
argue that.
You win, Chris.
Okay. We got a couple more. This is too fun to quit.
This is good. I love this.
The Wasp.
Oh,
Did we already say Uma Thurman?
I did for Black
No.
Widow.
Okay, I'm not going to say her then.
God damn,
Nope,
there's gotta
I'm
be
not
other-
going to say that
there's
then.
so many other actors.
I got the
here.
perfect one.
Cameron Diaz.
That's not bad.
Cameron Diaz.
Demi Moore.
Damn it, I like her. Yeah.
Yep. Done.
Demi Moore.
Okay, so going down the
What about Nicole Kidman?
she'd be good at something. I don't know about the Wasp. I thought about her, but I couldn't really think. Pepper Potts.
She could be a good Pepper Potts.
Yeah.
I like the Pepper Potts angle.
Aquaman's mom.
Aquaman's mom.
She already was. Yeah, you're right.
All right.
Damn it.
I
I
found-
forgot she played that role.
We weren't doing Guardians, but I found a perfect one that I actually saw online. Full disclosure. Rocket Raccoon.
Oh man. Eddie Murphy be better as Rocket Raccoon than anybody else.
Joe Pesci.
No. Fuck no.
Am I a clown to you?
Andrew
he'd be great.
Andrew Dice Clay.
My cousin. That's not bad. The
Yeah.
Dice Man.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson?
Eh.
I like Woody Harrelson.
I did.
What? Why has everybody got to get shitty about Woody Harrelson? He's fucking awesome.
I really
War
like-
Machine.
I mean, again, Denzel,
Maybe
or,
Denzel.
or Wesley Snipes.
One of the handful of black
Cuba
actors
Gooding
from the
Jr.
Ooh.
No, I feel like Cuba Gooding Jr. could be,
He could be a
more of
Falcon.
a Falcon than
Yeah, that's
than
right.
War Machine.
Yeah.
I think Denzel would be a better War
No,
Machine. than he
Denzel's
would-
Black Panther all the way.
Well,
Did we say
But
that?
Wesley Snipes too.
Wesley Snipes would be more of a Black Panther because he's younger.
Yeah.
Denzel would be a War Machine who's supposed to
Or
be.
Denzel could be Nick Fury, but he'd probably be too young in the 90s.
Well, 90s, it's a white Nick Fury.
Doesn't have to be racist.
I'm not being racist. It's
Yeah.
just the character.
Yeah.
It's his character.
Thank you for putting that off on dude instead of me.
All of these could be. Iron Man should be Denzel. Denzel should play every character.
Oh, he's backpedaling. He's backpedaling.
Well, Denzel's the best. He could play
he
all
is.
of them.
He's so
He
good,
is.
dude.
He
is so good.
He is so good.
mean, did you see him
all
in
of the
Flight House?
movies? Man on Fire, John Q,
Training Day.
Training Day.
The Equalizer.
Oh, my
Equalizer.
favorite Denzel movie of all time is we talked about it on the podcast, The Siege.
The Siege.
Oh,
I love that movie.
that is just a great movie.
crap.
I mean,
Great movie.
every American should watch that movie and
Yeah.
think about it.
Fallen. I love that movie, Fallen.
All of them.
What's
Like,
the song
literally
from
every
Fallen?
movie.
What's the song from Fallen?
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't remember that.
There was
Time is on my
Is that what it was?
side. Yep.
I love like movies about demons, but remember that one that I also loved? It had Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, and it was called End of Days.
End of Days.
That was a good one.
The world's going to end in 1999.
Can we do a new Pepper Potts?
Okay.
Oh.
Julia Roberts.
Yeah, that'd be good.
He won.
Gosh, I love her.
She's so dreamy.
Well,
She's so
really?
dreamy.
You like redheads?
Oh, her, I do. She's so great.
I've never really thought that she was that attractive.
Love her.
Apparently, you've never seen
Men
Pretty
love
Woman.
Pretty woman.
Yeah, Pretty Woman.
I just thought of a great.
Wait, no, let's keep going on the
I
list.
thought about a great Spider-Man, and then you guys kept talking.
Are we still doing Spider-Man?
Oh, what about Michael J. Fox? Spider-Man.
He's too old.
Quippy. You got all the 90s. You got early 90s.
He would be a good Peter Parker, I guess.
Yeah. He's a little too cool, though. Needs to
Is
be
he?
a little nerdier.
Doc Hollywood was a great movie.
Yeah, have you ever seen Back to the Future? He was the coolest dude in the world.
Is that a movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Jerry's pretty young.
Yeah, it was. They had a train. They
I
went
was talking about age.
They went out to the west.
Oh, really? In number 3?
Yeah, no, and that was the first one, and the second one, and the third one.
No. Fucking. Apparently you've never seen it there, Chris.
No. Biff. What could Biff be?
Biff.
Oh, my gosh.
Biff. What happened to Biff?
I don't know.
I mean, he was like strong, and then all of a sudden, boop, he was gone.
You know, I seen him on. He was on a podcast. I think it might have been Chris Hardwick's podcast. Like he's friends with Chris Hardwick or something.
Who's that?
The guy who plays Biff.
Okay.
He's super cool. He's
Yeah.
great. Anyway,
He's been in a lot
Hey,
of stuff.
two coats. Yeah. Two coats, Biff. My two coats.
Can I redo my Doctor Strange?
Oh my gosh.
God, Jesus Christ, Jerry.
Sure.
Gary Oldman.
I thought about that. Yeah, he'd be a good one.
Wouldn't
What
he be
about?
so
We're forgetting a
freaking
major
good?
90s star that we haven't placed. John Travolta.
I don't think he'd fit.
Nope.
He could fit as a Nick Fury.
Nope.
But
Nope.
What would he be?
He'd be a villain.
yeah, he
Ooh,
would
he'd be a great
He
villain.
would be a
I
villain.
mean, have you not seen Face Off?
Yeah, he could be Thanos.
Yes,
The Punisher? I mean, that's one movie that doesn't get enough props is the Punisher that came out in the early 2000s.
The Thomas Jane one.
The Thomas
Yeah.
Jane one. I
That
love
was very-
that. We've
very
talked
good.
about it before.
But the other one
Yes, we
was
have.
not very good. The
Warzone. They try to
Didn't like it.
They try to really compact too much in the Warzone.
I agree. That was like a whole. Oh, we never did Winter Soldier.
Bucky Barnes. Who
I
would
didn't.
be Bucky Barnes? I
Well,
think John Travolta in the 90s could be Bucky
It
Barnes.
all depends who your Captain America was. So who
Why
we
do you
decide?
look that way when I say these things?
Yeah, it's just not good.
How is it not?
No. Bucky Barnes. Who's a Bucky Barnes?
So who won for
Antonio Banderas.
Ooh, interesting.
It's not bad.
He was all over the 90s.
Zorro.
In everything.
Remember those Zorro movies?
Zorro, yeah.
Fucking Zeta
no,
Jones.
no.
What?
That's a good
They were
movie.
good.
Desperado.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
there you go.
that's
There
a
you
good
go.
movie too.
Wasn't he in like From Dusk Till Dawn? Was
Yes.
he in that? Yeah.
Yes, he was.
No, he was not in Dust Till Dawn.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he absolutely 100% was.
No, he wasn't.
Well, I'm going to look it up now.
George Clooney.
George Clooney was in that
We
motherfucker.
didn't place George. Oh, he'd be a great Tony Stark.
Oh yeah!
Wow.
Boom, one right there.
Are we supposed to have definitive picks? Because we've been all over the
No,
board.
no.
Like, guys, you're going to have to listen to this entire podcast to figure out what we're doing.
So
Yes, From Dusk Till Dawn absolutely is Antonio Banderas.
Where's he in it? What character?
I don't think he is. I
He's
think
not in
Dude
it.
is right.
Isn't that guy?
You are wrong. That's Quentin Tarantino.
That's who I was thinking.
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, Emilio Estevez is in it too.
Who could
I
Emilio
forgot
play?
Estevez.
And Charlie Sheen.
He could play a coach that takes on
He
this
could
tiny
play a coach.
A coach
That's
that
all
takes
he ever
on.
plays as the coach.
Emilio could totally be Winter Soldier.
Yeah, but
How about Charlie Sheen,
He could be Ant-Man.
his brother?
Could be
George
Ant-Man.
Clooney looks like
He's Tony Stark. Right now, I'm saying it. George Clooney is Tony Stark.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you agree?
I agree. Let's write this down.
Write it down.
Number one, Tony Stark.
We're not going to go through them all again.
All right,
Tony Stark is George
Clooney. I agree.
We got to define it, Captain America, though.
All right, we'll go back.
It's Tom Cruise.
I'm telling you,
I don't
fucking,
agree.
He's too short.
I don't agree.
Nobody
with it.
likes short people.
I think Brad Pitt would be a better Tom Cruise than
I would agree.
I think Brad Pitt would be a better Tom Cruise than Tom Cruise, too. But you
Brad-
guys are insane that you're not thinking Tom Cruise could be the perfect Captain America. It's insanity.
Fuck
No,
Tom
you're
Cruise.
thinking of him as like today's Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
You put...
90s Tom Cruise is not Captain America.
No.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Who'd you say?
Who did I put as Cap? I put Bruce Willis.
No, that's terrible.
I said Mel Gibson.
Nope.
A young Mel. Hey, Mad Max. Fucking Mel Gibson.
He's Australian.
So
He's not American. Isn't it crazy that he's Australian and he has no accent anymore?
Who's that?
Mel Gibson.
He is?
Yeah, he's
I-
not American.
I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I honestly didn't.
Oh my god. All right, so we got to find a Captain America from the mid 90s.
That's it. No, we're done.
So
No, we have to figure it out. Nick Cage, Brad Pitt,
no,
Kevin Costner.
Sylvester Stallone.
No, it's definitely not Sylvester Stallone.
Kevin Costner.
Sylvester Stallone can be...
I would default to Kevin Costner because he's pretty.
Sylvester Stallone can be Drax.
Ooh.
Sylvester Stallone could be Drax. I would agree with that. What about Jack Nicholson?
I thought about him, but I couldn't figure out
He's
any
way
place.
too old to be a Captain America.
Yeah, he's definitely not like an action hero. He'd be more in like a guidance
How about
role.
Michael Keaton?
I would do Michael
I mean,
Keaton.
I think Michael Keaton would be a perfect Tony Stark, personally.
But Michael Keaton's already Batman. I don't think we could do that.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
God, no.
Tom Hanks would be a good.
I don't
He
see
could
that.
do anything.
I don't see Tom Hanks whipping a shield and bouncing
Really?
around.
Did
No.
you not see him in Saving Private
Definitely
Ryan?
not as Captain America, but as Hank Pym, I could see it.
Hank Pym, I could
There's
see.
Bruce Banner.
Dude, Saving Private Ryan, he was all over running around. That was 95,
Sticky
96,
bombs?
something like that. Yeah, throwing sticky bombs on
No,
tank
but
tracks.
listen, Tom Hanks is a good Bruce Banner.
Who?
Yeah.
So this
He's
is a
got to
hard-
be an
all right,
Avenger
all right.
somewhere.
So let's
Why
come
did
back.
I not think of him?
Let's come back to Captain America. So let's go back to Thor. Who is our perfect Thor?
It's Brad Pitt, man.
I'm still saying Schwarzenegger.
No,
No, I'm going to say Brad Pitt. I would say Brad Pitt over Schwarzenegger.
Oh, apparently I lose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
do.
do. Yep, sorry.
Schwarzenegger could be.
This was good. I liked this.
I don't know who Schwarzenegger could be. He's not a very good actor.
That's the whole point.
I mean, he could be, boy, anything from Mr. Freeze to
No, you tried that. Didn't work out too well.
no
Kindergarten Cop of some
To-
kind.
yeah, some sort of
A teacher
Hey,
that
you know what was a
Kindergarten
great
Cop.
one of my favorite movies as a kid was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Last Action Hero.
I loved Last Action Hero.
I was gonna say Predator, but you know,
well,
Last
Predator
Action
too, but I had the whole set. I had a figure set of like where they do a final jump in his car. Like it blows up behind him. They jump this jump in his car, and him and this kid are in his vehicle. I had a whole like plastic setup of that last jump of his car. Arnold Schwarzenegger as the action figure and the kid and his car. And it was the best set of action stuff that I ever had. Besides,
Didn't know they made toys of that.
oh yeah, I had the whole Last Action Hero set of everything. And then I also had
what
the
the hell was the name of the
Spawn,
movie with Jesse
like the
Ventura?
Spawn set from the movie. They made like an alleyway scene
Oh yeah, I remember that.
with what's that?
The Running Man.
That's what I was just about to say. My favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie of all time, and one of my favorite movies of all time, is Running Man.
You go back and watch
I
that.
don't know if I
It's-
know that movie.
Oh,
I've watched it recently. I love that movie.
I love the movie too, but it's so
Cheesy.
cheesy, which is the best. I mean, Jesse Ventura's in it.
I didn't know he was in that.
Yeah, he's in that one. That came after Predator.
Richard, what's the guy?
Richard Pryor?
The guy that was the Family Feud host was like the game show host, Richard Dawson.
I think
Richard
that's
Dawson.
it. I can't remember.
Remember the
He'd be
Sub
part of
Zero or whatever? He was
yeah.
like a big fat guy.
Was it Sub-Zero was the big fat guy, and there was a
There was a guy that was an opera singer. The
he drove
electricity
around-
guy.
The
was the
electricity
big fat
guy, and he drove around in the car.
Did you
and
ever
he
see
sang
that?
opera?
Did you ever see that movie?
What movie?
Running Man.
Running Man.
No.
Oh,
You got to see it.
you missed out. Me and my mom used to love that movie. I watched that movie with my mom.
It's the corniest. It's one of the corniest 90 movies ever.
It's
Really?
great.
Yeah.
No, I
He's
never
like
saw
Arnold Schwarzenegger is like a prisoner,
Okay.
and as part of their death sentence or whatever, they have this game. It's a nationally televised game where they throw these prisoners into basically like a slaughter course where they
Yeah.
go from area to area and they fight different villains. But everybody, it's a TV show, and they have like an audience and stuff.
Yeah.
And he goes like through these different areas, fighting these like gladiators, essentially.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's amazing. It's
great.
great. I don't know how they
Wow.
have not remade that movie. Why have they
don't-
not remade it?
I don't know
'cause you
why
can't-
I don't know it.
Yeah, it's great.
because it was bad.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Anyway,
Where we at?
that's it.
So that's going to be our picks for the 90s Avengers team. We
don't have to settle it.
No, we were all over the board. It's so hard to pick that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we had some pretty good picks though.
Oh, hell yeah.
You
Fun
think so?
time. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my picks were good.
Stop it.
No, Chris.
Obviously,
I
won this, and we can go to popular vote. If we go to popular vote, you're going to be dismantled.
You're gonna lose.
Let's go to popular vote. I'll take that.
Like arm by arm,
Right
you're going
in.
to be
I
dismantled.
want everybody listening to write in and say who picked it best.
Are you sure you want to go to trial on this, Chris?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I feel bad for the listener because they're going to have to really take some notes here, but you're going to lose
I don't think so.
because I don't think what you said is accurate.
Well, I'd agree to disagree.
We always do. We always do. So what's next?
I can't believe we're gonna do this one.
What? The top 10 Pixar movies?
Yeah, I don't know. There's so freaking many.
There's only 20.
There's 21.
21. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. What are you confusing? Disney movies? Are you putting Disney movies in
No,
there?
I knew Disney.
You know, I was surprised when I looked at the list, though. There are certain movies that I know were Pixar movies that aren't on that list. Like Planes.
Are you sure?
It wasn't on the list I was looking at.
No, are you sure it's a Pixar movie?
Well, I thought there was like 30 some odd movies.
It's in the Cars universe. Because there's a really good movie called Planes, Fire and Rescue.
No,
yeah,
it's not.
I love that
It
movie.
is a great movie.
It's fucking horrible.
No, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. I don't think you've seen it.
I really like Planes, Fire and Rescue.
It's great. They have a montage when he's flying across the country to go to firefighter training, where they're playing like I don't know, they play some song in the background. It's a good scene. It's a good movie.
I like it a lot. I liked the first movie, Planes, but
That one I didn't care for.
nobody did because it's got a 25% on Rotten
Oh,
Tomatoes.
speaking of a
and
callback to an
49%.
earlier episode, you were asking me about what the reviews were for the Garbage Pail Kids movie.
Yeah.
I believe it's got a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Are you serious?
That is with
that-
reviews.
Is that even fucking possible?
Zero.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Okay, well then I don't want to watch that.
No, you do want to watch it.
A 0% movie I want to watch.
Yeah, you need to watch it. And it's got a what's
so is
the
that with the
audience
critics
score?
or is that with the fans?
That's the critics.
What's the fans?
Well, hold on a second. I'll give you the fan score. It is. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Talk about something else till I find it.
Well, I mean,
Well,
why do I want to watch a 0%?
Don't want dead air now.
No, why do I want to watch a 0%?
So how do we get started?
1987 Garbage Pail Kids movie. 0% with 13 critic reviews. 28% Rotten Tomato, or 28% audience score with 8,580 reviews.
Here's the difference that I just figured out between Pixar and other movies. So there's Disney / Pixar,
Yeah,
and then there's Walt Disney Pictures.
yeah,
Walt Disney Pictures was before
correct.
everything else. So Planes was a Walt Disney Pictures movie. Planes was. Let me look at Planes, Fire and Rescue.
I love this review of that Garbage Pail Kids movie. At least there was never a movie about pogs.
Yes, that's true because I had pogs. I did a lot of pogs.
Tower Pogs?
You don't
the-
remember pogs?
No, I do not.
Yeah,
They were
so
like little discs.
little paper discs you can make yourself, and you could put your whatever you wanted on.
You didn't make 'em.
On yes, you did.
Bought 'em.
No, you can. You had a pog maker.
I don't remember that then.
Yeah, I had a pog maker, and you could make your own pogs and put your own pictures on the front of them and
Oh, I didn't have that.
do all sorts of
I
things.
didn't. I was a little after the pog craze. I was a little.
and you
for
could
it.
you flipped them.
Apparently, I was way after the
You,
Pog craze.
you had this,
You made like a stack, and
You
then
had
you
this stack
knocked
of
the other
pogs.
person's stack over.
yeah.
So apparently I was way before
Yes.
the pod craze.
You're 50 years old. You're way before what we're talking about.
Yeah, 40.
Oh, well, whatever. Either way,
Listen,
so
it's
both.
a terrible, terrible movie, but one that oddly warrants at least one viewing
Okay.
Oh, that's
for the masochistic and morbidly curious.
Planes
well. That sums us up perfectly.
and Planes, Fire, and Rescue is both made by Walt Disney Pictures.
Okay. But that's probably after they bought Pixar.
So we're
It
gonna
had
start
to
this
be.
thing.
Right, because this came out in 2014.
Okay.
So they bought Pixar after 2014, I assume?
No, way before.
Let me see. When did Disney buy Pixar?
43% on Rotten Tomatoes, Planes, Fire, and Rescue. That's a travesty.
Ooh, 2006.
Yeah, I was going to say...
So apparently...
I was actually going to say 2006.
Well, it's separate. It's not a Pixar movie.
Okay. That's fine. I wouldn't have counted it in the top 10 anyway, so we can go to our
I mean, and Pixar is its own studio. So
top 10 Pixar movies. Is everybody ready?
Yep.
big
go.
deal.
What direction are we going here?
10-1.
Yeah, I got
Obviously.
that. What direction around?
The same
Am I starting?
Same. Yeah.
That's what
I
we
always
do.
have to start.
I can start,
No,
or
I'll
dude
start.
can
It's fine.
start.
Number 10.
You're just so controlling.
My number 10.
We let you start.
My number 10 is Rat-Tat-Tooey.
Really?
Yeah, I love that movie. It's a great movie. You don't like it?
No, I
If you
love
loved it,
too.
you put it a little higher on the list.
Everyone can cook, dude.
I know. I love it too.
Yeah,
All
it's a
right.
great movie.
Bug's Life.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Yeah, same here.
Your number 10 is what?
The Bug's Life.
A Bug's Life. That is one that I had not seen till recently, like maybe a year ago.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no. I just missed it.
You're an Ants fan.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
That's weird.
I'm an anter all day long.
Ants is a good movie, but Bug's Life a little bit better.
And I don't even think I've even still watched it all the way through.
Wow.
But
Who are you?
At Disney, at Animal Kingdom, inside of the big tree, the
Yep.
Tree of Life, they have a Bug's Life little movie. It's great.
So you think that's great, and you still don't watch the movie?
Yeah, it's like a little 3D movie, and
A
they
Bug's Life and Ants started 3D movies
in
like
this
animation.
movie. In this movie, they spray the stink bug sprays on you, and
Yep.
they spray stink in your face,
It's pretty cool.
and then they spray you with water
It's
a couple
awesome.
times, and then at the end they make it seem like bugs are crawling on your seats, and they got little things that poke you right in the butthole,
Love that. Love that.
and it freaks the kids out because they're sitting there and they're like, "Bleh!"
The actual movie, if you buy the DVD, they send little pokers that you're supposed to
to
poke
poke in
yourself
your butthole.
in your butthole.
I didn't know that. Is
Yeah.
that true?
Yeah, that's why I love that movie.
Oh,
So
uh,
it's a little higher than 10 for me.
what's the name of the ant?
I don't
Flick.
remember.
I don't.
Yeah.
Even, I don't even
Flick.
remember.
Our
It
kids
is.
took pictures
Flick.
with them.
Is it
Remember?
Flick. I don't remember.
Can I
that.
say my number
Yeah,
10?
just
Or
get
are
over
we
it.
going to
Get
keep
off of
talking
it.
about...
It's all about you. It's all about Jerry.
Yeah, it always is.
I mean, you guys can't...
No, it always is. It always is.
It's all about Jerry.
The Good Dinosaur.
Oh, stop it. That is an awful, god-awful movie.
No, The Good Dinosaur
Well,
is
tell us
number
what
10.
you really think there, Chris.
That is the worst movie of Disney history.
You're not right. No, you're not right.
I cannot believe that that's happening right now. That movie is so bad.
You are the worst human being I've ever met.
How do you like that movie?
It's so good.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
really not that good.
I've
there,
never
Jerry.
met anybody that liked that movie. It's
I
like
love it.
critically considered the worst Pixar movie.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it is not. No, it's not.
Okay. Okay.
Look it up.
I will look it up. I
It's
will look it
not-
up, and I will fight you to the death on The Good Dinosaur being a piece of steaming pile of garbage.
I like The Good Dinosaur a lot. I went and saw it in theaters. That was Grady's first ever movie he saw
okay,
in
so
theaters.
it's like nostalgic reasons.
No,
why you
and
like
it's good. It's a Western movie. It's a Western.
it. Yeah, it's awful, is what it is.
It's so good.
I agree
It's so
with
good.
Chris.
Number 10 is definitive The Good Dinosaur.
Number 9, I have Monsters University.
Okay.
I really enjoyed that movie.
Yep.
It's just a fun movie, and I had John Goodman and Billy Crystal bringing home. It's a good movie. I like it a lot.
The Good Dinosaur has Sam Elliott in it, so it's no big deal.
I can't handle.
If we're gonna like throw out names,
Really?
Yeah.
Number 9, dude.
Sam Elliott.
Finding Dory.
Number 9.
I don't remember that movie very much.
Yeah.
I have.
I remember liking it, but I don't remember it very much.
Same here. That's why it's not. That's why it's my number 9.
I think I
it's
remember.
Really not. It's
I don't like Finding
spectacular.
Dory at all, but I like Finding Nemo, and that's what I have as number 9.
Oh, really?
No.
Because I liked
There you
Finding
go.
Dory more than Finding Nemo for sure.
You know, I didn't
don't
like
agree.
The Good Dinosaur. I hated
Yeah,
that
it's
fucking
terrible.
movie. It's horrible.
Mother.
I don't even like a human being that would put that in a top 10 list.
I like The Good Dinosaur,
So bad.
and I
So
like
bad.
Finding Nemo, and I think Finding Nemo was number 9.
I was never a fan of Finding Nemo. No.
You like Finding Dory better than Finding
Yeah,
Nemo?
I'm not a huge fan of either, but I
Really?
didn't. Yeah.
The little fish with the gimpy arm. You know.
Yeah. You don't like
I mean, I know
handicapped
what it
people?
is.
So you don't like handicapped people?
Sure.
That's what he's saying, Jerry. He doesn't like
Wow.
handicap. Oh, man.
Wow. What do you feel like about short people?
Short people have no,
No
reason
reason
to
to
live.
You got a
I'm laughing so hard
friend.
I can't fucking sing.
I like the Finding Nemo ride at Disney. That's pretty good.
Oh, so you like
Oh,
a
you like
ride.
rides.
I'm going to tell you what. Did you go on that ride?
Yes, we did.
It's in the aquarium.
Oh, that's
and at
fucking
the
so
end,
cool.
you drive by the windows to the fish tanks, and they project the Finding Nemo characters,
And
so
here's
they look
Mr.
like
Ray.
they're swimming around in
Like,
with the fish.
But in real life, you wouldn't like that, right? You wouldn't like watching that in real life. Because
No.
none of those fish could be real, right?
That's right.
You're an idiot.
All right.
I like a fake ride that projects the movie in front of me, but I don't like the movie.
They have a great what do you call those things? Aquarium.
They
at
do a
Disney
pretty
World.
good. They have a really great aquarium.
Yeah.
Right. So
But
Finding Nemo,
Hey,
number
one
9.
One thing they don't have is a Good Dinosaur
No,
exhibit.
they got you know what? Disney has wiped all memory of Good Dinosaur. There's not a single mention of it in
Nothing.
a Disney park
There's fucking
true.
nothing. It's
because it
gone.
was a god awful movie that
fucking
failed
horrible.
It's
miserably and
probably
made no
the
money.
Fucking
10th
horrible.
best movie they've ever made.
Number 8 is for me Toy Story, the first one, Toy Story 1,
I went towards Toy Story 2.
Toy Story 2. Okay, I more went with Toy Story 1 just because it was like the first of a franchise. But I like Toy Story 2 very much as well.
That's where I went 2.
The beginning to Toy Story 2 rocks. When they're like they're on the train
Oh yeah,
and they got the evil Dr. Porkchop or whatever.
Evil Dr. Porkchop.
Who drops the barrel of monkey
Yeah,
bomb.
no, I know. Yeah, that's
Anyway.
good.
What do you got for number 8, Jerry?
Coco.
Coco.
God, that's right up there with fucking Good Dinosaur.
What? Have you not watched these movies?
Let's go to my number 7. Coco.
You don't like Coco either?
Coco's my number 7.
Oh, okay.
Coco's awesome. What are you talking about?
I haven't
know.
seen it. I was
You
just
haven't
giving
seen
him
it?
shit.
Oh man, Coco's great.
give him
That
shit.
is a freaking awesome movie.
It's incredible, the storyline about that little boy finding his grandpa and like learning about music.
I'm gonna have to
that
watch
one
it.
had me like almost crying. in
Holy
that movie.
crap. Dude,
The music's incredible.
music in my life, I love. I love everything about music. And this movie is centered around that. And they center like family ties to music and like how you can find your family through music.
It was
After
so
Death, it's
also
so good.
amazing and refreshing to get like that set in Mexico vibe to it. Like it felt super authentic.
I agree with you, but I also feel like the visuals of Coco set a new standard to what animated movies could be.
Yeah.
Because
I would agree with
they changed it all. Like it was just so vibrant and colorful, and
It's a great movie.
It
It
was,
should be higher on our list probably.
It was visually like
You haven't seen it.
jarring. Like you need to look.
You
need
gotta
to
watch that movie.
All right.
I saw it in theaters, and I walked out of the theater, and I was just like floored.
So I hadn't watched it for a long time, and then David Seedentop told me about it. He's like, "This is a movie we watch in our house all the time. You have to watch it. And he started explaining the storyline to me.
It's a wonderful storyline too,
And
very adult. It doesn't talk down to kids.
No, it's similar to Toy Story. It doesn't talk down to you about like death and about anything. And I didn't believe him at first, and then I watched the movie multiple times, and it's so good.
Yeah,
it's very good.
That's a win. That was my number 7. So, dude.
Oh wait, you said number 7. That was my number 8.
Yeah.
So we're on number 8.
No, you're
on
7.
7.
I'm on 7.
Yeah.
We Monsters Inc.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll probably talk about that later.
Okay.
Well, all right, we'll talk about it later.
All right. Your number 7 was Monster Inc. My number 7 is Toy Story, the original.
Oh, that was my number 8.
It's a very good movie. It started the whole animated franchise. It's very good.
It's amazing. We were talking about it in an earlier podcast to go back and look at the animation.
Yeah. I mean, it's
compared
different.
to now, but it's still pretty good for being that long ago.
At the time, it was groundbreaking stuff. Like nobody had seen that animation before. It came out, and that's when everyone
You can
realized.
still watch it though, and it doesn't bother you.
If you go back and watch the original Steamboat Mickey, it's very simple shapes, like circles, squares, triangles. And if you go back and look at the original Toy Story, it's the same thing. It's all very basics. That's why I love it. It's a lot higher on my list.
No.
The original.
Okay, down to number 6.
Yeah.
For me. It is The Incredibles. Probably higher in your guys' list, I imagine.
Okay.
But
Yep.
yeah, number 6 for me. Again, we're getting up there now to the good territory. I love the visual style is the main thing. I love the visual style of that movie. It's incredible.
Yep.
It is. I love Incredibles.
Number 6, dude.
Finding Nemo.
Okay, Finding Nemo.
Huh.
I'm not a fan.
I loved it. It was my number 9. I wouldn't put it as 6, but I like it a lot. I mean, it's definitely in my list for sure.
Good.
I like it a lot. My number, what is it? 6?
6.
Monsters University.
Oh,
Really?
even higher than mine. That's a fun movie.
It is so fun.
I do
It's
like
very
that movie.
funny.
I do like it.
I like it better than Monsters Inc.
Yep.
I like Mike Wazowski a lot, and it's basically his story,
Yeah.
and it ties it all together. I think it ties it all together a lot better
really-
than Monsters Inc. does. It's a better story than the original is, and that's why I have it as my number 6.
Okay. Down to number 5 for me is Incredibles 2, which I liked more than the first. I thought that was an incredible movie. No pun intended.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was something about it not being a introduction to characters. What do you call that? Like an origin story?
Origin, yeah.
That I really enjoyed. I liked seeing them pick up later on, and I think they doubled down on like some of the humor and a lot of the fun stuff in that movie. I thought that was a great movie. And like the visuals in the first one are amazing in the art style.
Yeah.
But if you watch those two back to back, like the second one, the animation it's out of this world.
It's on point, yeah.
It's
much
to
better.
see that we saw it in theaters, and it's like
So did I.
super. And I think we saw it in 3D.
Oh,
maybe.
did you?
Anyway, the animation, I remember leaving that, and I'm like, that at that time I thought that was the greatest animation I'd ever seen in anything ever.
Yes.
Until I saw Toy Story 4.
Yes.
Number 5, dude.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Ratatouille.
Anyone can cook, man.
Yep.
It's just a great show.
I don't watch that movie enough, but every time I watch it, I'm like, man, this movie's great.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
I should watch it more often. That's one I totally missed too.
Really?
Like when it came out, didn't see it for years. It came out when I was in college.
Oh.
And one
I've
of our
seen it.
friends I lived with, or right next to one of our good friends, CJ Parker. Mm-hmm. He loved that movie. He watched it like every day in a
good.
fraternity house.
It's so good.
He would watch it all the time. It's great.
I love it. What are we on? 5?
5.
My number 5 was Bug's Life.
Okay. I guess I just totally missed this one.
Gosh, I love Bug's Life.
I need to give it a check and another chance.
It started it all off. Like, it started off the animation for, well, I mean, Toy Story really did, but after that was Bug's Life. It was groundbreaking when Bug's Life came out.
Yeah.
As soon as Bug's Life came out, Ants came out, but that was a separate studio.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Bug's Life is better. There's always been a big discussion which one's better. Bug's Life is better. It has a better storyline.
It's definitely got better animation.
I feel like, better animation. It's very good. I love it.
Cool. Number 4 for me is WALL-E.
Okay.
I never saw that movie originally. Didn't see it until probably a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Because that always just seemed boring to me.
Me too.
And then I watched it with the kids, and I'm like, this is really groundbreaking stuff.
It's a really good show.
It's a really good movie, and there's like almost no dialogue in it.
Yep.
It's very limited on dialogue, yes.
Which is totally fine. You don't even notice it after a while.
Which is the great thing about it is there's no dialogue, and it's a character that it's a robot.
Yeah, they're taking robots with no facial expressions and
That's what makes it so
conveying
great. That's
emotion.
what makes it so awesome.
It's really good. It's a cool movie. It's amazing that they made it in the first place. That's what's cool about Pixar is they totally make stuff that just there's no business being made. You know what I mean? But it works. So anyway, that was my number 4. Dude, your number 4.
Up with the...
All right. A lot of people like Up.
I'm not a fan, personally.
I love Up.
I mean, the montage at the beginning of that movie is incredible.
Which
Which
I think is why I hold on to it, and I hold it so near and dear.
I can see that. The whole beginning of the movie, honestly, is really good. Mm-hmm. It kind of loses me.
Yeah, towards the end it gets a little crazy, but the whole point of it is it's not about you; it's about everything else.
I agree. It is about everything else, and it's about an old man like trying to find his way after his wife is gone. Right, like he's trying to find a companion.
It's something
after his wife is gone, and I get that. I do get the fact that you're needing someone after your partner in crime, like your best friend, is gone, and I can't imagine at that age losing your best friend.
Me neither.
You know what I mean? Like we're in the stage of our life that's not something we think about. But to me, in the beginning, it was just a little bit too sad. It was.
Well, I think that's the whole.
It was too sad throughout the movie. It didn't lift me up enough, I guess I would say.
You're a happy-go-lucky guy when you go to the movies.
I'm not much of a prowler when I go to see a Disney Pixar movie, you know.
But I think the exact opposite. In the beginning, it tears you down, and the rest of the movie it builds you up. So you see this old man going from losing everything he's ever had in his world, to finding a companion, like you said.
You're right.
And being then you see him revert back to I'm a grumpy old man, and he realizes that.
It's a good movie.
You're right.
You're making your case well.
Yeah.
I still probably wouldn't put it in my personal top 10, but you're making the case that it's probably artistically
I agree
one of the
with
better
you.
movies.
I agree with you that that's what it does. It just doesn't do it enough for me. I felt sad through the majority of the movie because the little boy loses Kevin so many times, and it's like that fucking.
I honestly don't know
dude.
if I've actually ever seen the movie all the way to the end because I always kind of lose interest about when they're on that.
That's also because you're just a bad human being.
Yeah, you're just a bad.
Pretty
person.
awful.
You're just a bad person.
So
racist fucker.
Number 4, Jerry.
Inside Out.
Okay.
What?
Inside Out. It's a phenomenal movie.
It's amazing.
It is absolutely amazing. It talks to you about all emotions that you would have as a kid or an adult and how you navigate those emotions through a kid or an adult. It tells you about like what each one of them is, like what each emotion is. At some point it might it might weigh a little bit harder on like having negative emotion in the beginning, to where you're too negatively sourced, I guess you would say, like on anger and depression and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's about happiness and trying to figure out how to navigate the rest of your emotion to get happiness at the forefront, right? And happiness in the movie is kind of selfish and overbearing.
Joy, you mean?
Or joy, yeah. It's kind of like selfish and overbearing, like it's trying to be the forefront of what the movie is. But in the background, all of those other emotions take the place of joy. Joy can't handle that, right? But in real life, you can have joy through all of those other emotions, regardless of what the scenario is.
Right.
Like you can find joy. I know she seems selfish and she seems like she needs to be the main idea, but in everyday life, you should put joy as the main idea, right? Like you shouldn't dwell on negative and anger and whatever else. I just think it's a really great picture of like what goes on in people's heads.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It's so cool.
We'll go to number 3.
For
me is Toy Story 3. For me,
awesome.
For my money, that's the best of the franchise. Although I recently saw Toy Story 4, and I'd have to watch it again, but I think it might make a run for the money. But
it's a little fresh.
Yeah, it's a little fresh. So
yeah.
We'll see. Toy Story 3, I think, has some of the best scenes of any movie.
Yeah.
Towards the end of that movie. And we've talked about it before. The way that it takes raw, real things and doesn't talk down to kids.
Yeah.
And
it doesn't. It doesn't talk down to you.
Yeah.
It just tells you how things happen.
And those characters themselves have such great character arcs. It's just a great movie.
Agreed.
Dude, number 3.
All right. I'm going to not apologize for this movie. I just love it. I just do. So that's the end of
you
it.
talk down to me about a lot of movies, so I'm ready for it. Go for it, dude.
Cars. I just love it. Ka-chow.
I like Cars a lot.
I like
struggled
Cars.
because
I just love the movie. I mean, I love everything about it.
It's one of those things like they're
fun.
all great movies.
Yeah,
they really are.
Cars is a really fun kids movie.
That's what I love about it. It's just
some of these other movies maybe are a little more adult or more.
Wow.
Wow. I like Cars 3 a lot. It's probably my favorite of the Cars movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, I liked it just mainly just because of the visuals. It's really like a kind of a cool looking movie.
Let's just get this straight. Cars 2 is dog shit.
I never even.
That's why he's international, right?
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's not a good one.
God awful.
Cars 2 is bad. Original Cars, absolutely the best. Cars 3, I like.
Yeah, I would say that. I'd agree with that.
Well, my favorite
I've
part
seen
of Cars is
so many times.
Same
It's just
here.
like mind bending.
My favorite part of Cars is when he realizes at the very end of the movie where he stops the race, he goes and gets the older race car and pushes him back across the line. So I've when the 1,000 times me and Bryce have watched this movie, I've tried to instill that it's not about you winning; it's about everybody else. I mean, it's good that you do well in everything in life. It's just that sometimes things aren't more important than that right there. So,
yeah, I like the message for sure.
Really,
was that 3?
There was 3.
My number 3 is Incredibles 2.
There you go.
It's I feel the best out of the Incredibles, again, because of the animation, and I like the story better. I think the story as a whole is better. I love seeing the dad at home with kids because that is so much more real life nowadays than anything else. Like the whole picture of like only mothers being at home and dads off doing whatever they want is so far out of the picture in today's day and age that it doesn't ring true to any of us, really. And seeing like the mother go out and do their job, I think is pretty awesome. Like in my own life, Like Amy has her own job. I have my own job. We both have our own thing. But that is today's day and age. Like moms don't stay home anymore.
Right.
You know, they do their own thing. They have their own lives.
Yep.
And I like seeing that in a movie. I think it's really cool. And I think it's really cool seeing the dad stay at home with kids because it's absolutely possible. I think it's like insane to say that a father can't stay home with their kids and be just as good at home as a mother is. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't work that way anymore.
Okay.
And I think that storyline of the dynamic between a dad at home and a mom out to work is really cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought it was a really good movie.
And the animation is by far better.
The animation.
It's like incredible.
My number 2 is Inside Out, which we talked about a little bit. I'll go on a little bit more on it. I just think it's an incredible movie. It's definitely one that every single time I see it, it just blows me away.
Yeah.
And almost like tears me up. It's an incredible story. It's just a really good movie.
When Amy and I saw Inside Out, we saw it together. It was after it was in theaters. We saw it at home. And both of us, after the movie was over, were like looking at each other like, holy shit. Like, this took us on a ride, man.
Yeah, it really does.
Like, this took us on a ride.
It's incredible. Yeah.
Amy loves Inside Out, and I am completely on board with that movie.
Yeah, it's probably on my list of one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, I would never argue that.
Number 2, dude.
Looking at you.
The Incredibles 2.
There you go.
Yep. We've talked about it.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's a good movie.
That's number 2?
It's number 2.
My number 2, Toy Story 3.
There you go. We just talked about
That's
that
a
as
great
well.
movie.
We did. It's again, Toy Story 4 is a little bit new, a little bit fresh. I think it would rank a lot higher in my list in the coming years. But right now, Toy Story 3 just takes the cake for Toy Story movies.
That we've talked about it before, but the scene at the end when they're going to the incinerator,
Yep.
it's incredible.
To this day, you can't beat that scene in an animated movie.
No.
Because of the depth. Like, there's so much depth you already have in these characters when it comes from 95 when it came out until now, or whatever year Toy Story 3 came out. What was it? Like
96.
No.
Toy Story 3?
Oh, it was
Probably 2009 or something.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You just,
Thought you said 2000.
man, it touched all the feels.
All right, and to the grand end, my number 1 is Monsters, Inc.
Wow.
You guys had it way lower, but
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah, the one thing I will say, I love Monsters, Inc. I remember the first time I watched it and I saw the animation, and Scully's fur on his back is just, it's there and it looks real.
Yeah, it does.
And you're going, holy shit. I mean, how did they do that? I mean,
Yeah.
it is phenomenal.
I just think for my money, it's definitely super heartwarming. It's also another story that's very deep emotionally and will choke you up. But at the same time, it's really probably of all of those movies, the funniest, other than maybe Monsters University. That's definitely that's the funny franchise. Mm-hmm. And it is very funny. And the cast they have is amazing. To have John Goodman and Billy Crystal. And is it Billy Crystal?
It's Billy Crystal.
Yeah, it's just a great cast. And I love it.
Mike Wazowski.
I love if you ever go to Disney, the Monsters Inc. laugh floor at Magic Kingdom is great. It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
Dude, you're number 1.
The Good Dinosaur.
Oh my gosh.
I'm joking. That's not it.
Holy cow. I thought it was. I was like, you son of a bitch.
No, I would never do that. That fucking movie's horrible.
Horrible.
It's not horrible.
It's dog shit.
I don't like either one of you.
First of all, it is 100% just The Lion King remade with dinosaurs.
That's fine.
I mean,
I like dinosaurs better than lions.
They plow fields with their heads. I mean, come on.
They do.
It's a really bad movie.
It's not that bad.
All right, I went with Toy Story just from nostalgia. I remember watching it as a kid. I mean, at the time I was, in high school, I was 16, 17 years old. It's like, and being just blown away by it, just literally blown away by it. And I just loved every point of it. I mean, it was, at the time, Tom Hanks was not nearly as famous as he is now, but he
was pretty famous in 1996. Well, he already won an Oscar for Forrest Gump.
Well, he was coming off of that, but now, I mean, he's a Hollywood, just pinnacle. And then Tim Allen.
He was in the height of his fame.
Tim Allen, yeah. I mean, so I just love it. It's just a great movie and everything about it. So that's my top pick.
There you go. Jerry.
Oh, man. My number one is Ratatouille.
Oh, there you go.
I ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
So the big thing about Ratatouille, so I saw Ratatouille as soon as it came out, but it was while I was deployed. And I went to we had a movie theater because I was on a base that, it was like the biggest base in Iraq. And they had a movie theater. So on my kind of day off, we went and saw Ratatouille. It like just came out. I didn't know anything about it. And I went and saw this movie, and I immediately fell in love. And at the time, I just fell in love with it because it was a movie I got to go see. But then I watched it again and again and again. And it's easily a movie that just shows you about, like, it's okay to create. Like, it doesn't matter who you are or what you're doing. You can create or do whatever you want, and criticism is okay. Like in Ratatouille, there's literally a food critic that comes to the restaurant all the time, right? And there's a guy that thinks he can cook, but he can't cook without a friend. So it's okay to have help doing what you want to do, and it's okay to have someone say, like, it's not that good unless you did this, right? So you can like build on that and build on that until you do something good. Like criticism isn't necessarily bad in the grand scheme of things. And it's learning from that criticism. And that's what the whole movie's about. Like the whole movie is about like learning your flaws and making them better. Everyone has an overarching flaw in their life that you're trying to build upon. And it's like learning that and getting better from it. And I think it's amazing. And I obviously love cooking. I love everything about cooking. And that's the whole movie. And obviously it's like a man and a rat. But in the grand scheme of things, it's like you learning to overcome certain flaws to get better.
Yeah.
And accepting criticism is okay. It, like we talked about Toy Story, like it doesn't talk down to you.
Yeah.
I don't feel like this movie talks down to you. I think it talks to you saying like, you have this flaw, learn how to overcome it.
Yeah.
And that's what I think the majority of like the youth today needs to understand is that it's okay to have a flaw in everything you do. Like you don't have to be good at it.
Yeah.
But being okay at it and then learning that, like learning how to get better at it is like
that's a big
the
problem.
Number one thing
in the world these days, or the U.S. anyway, is nobody is willing to, I don't want to say fail because that's like an overused term, but it's like if you can't be the best automatically, nobody wants to try.
Right.
Like when these kids get out of school or high school or college and they go like, oh, I can't make $120,000 a year right out of school.
Exactly. So
you know what I mean? Like, or I
see it
can't
every day,
do this,
man.
or how many years do I have to work in the mailroom?
And this
to
movie,
be an actual lawyer, and then how many years before I have to do that? You know what I mean? Just like it takes time.
and this movie is saying like a rat, the lowest form of being, right? Like in Paris is this upscale, foodie place where everything has to be absolutely perfect, and that's where the whole like Michelin star thing came from. And yet this guy is using
But it came from the Michelin tire company.
Yeah.
right. But Michelin was a French man.
Okay.
So,
You're both right.
Yes. But this man is taking the lowest form of life in a rat that everybody thinks is like a garbage dweller and using him to create food that everyone loves.
Right.
You know, and that's what it is. It's like you don't...
There's a lot of layers to it, too, because the whole idea of the ratatouille to begin with, it's like, this is like lowly commoner food.
Yeah, ratatouille as a dish in itself is the lowest form of food, right?
Right.
Yeah, to me, I
think honestly,
Brad Bird, he did Incredibles, he did Iron Giant, obviously, and he put together Ratatouille, and he did a phenomenal job with story.
Yeah. Oh, he's a genius.
Yeah,
but it's a great place to end it because, first of all, you brought up a lot of points that I never really thought about in that movie. That's a great place to end it too because it reminds me a lot of what we do on this podcast.
Yeah.
It really does two there is a lot of people that are like, you are two mid-30 year olds.
I'm 32.
Fuck you.
I'm 32.
I'm fucking 38.
I was referring to me and you as the mid-30 year olds.
No, I know. I knew that. Woo. Like I'm close to mid-30s.
I know for a fact there's going to be a lot of people, or there will be, or whatever. If they heard about us doing our top 10 Pixar movies, the first thing they'd be like, what are these guys doing? These are kids' movies.
Kids' movies, yeah.
And I genuinely, first of all, it maybe at one point in my life that would have bothered me, maybe before we did this podcast.
No.
Probably.
Doesn't now at all, because we've been doing this podcast and everything that we've been doing over the last couple of years. But my main thing now is like, I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
That they can't like reach past stupid stuff to realize that there's like a message. And this is a movie. Not just
so much reach past is enjoy life to where I enjoy watching everything.
Yes.
There are certain things I enjoy more than others, but
that doesn't mean you can't enjoy other things too.
No. Yeah. I mean, Pixar puts out great movies. I mean, everything they have out there is just awesome.
But to be able, and then also to be able to enjoy it and respect it from a visual standpoint, enjoy it, respect it from a directing standpoint, a writing standpoint, a production standpoint, to understand that thousands of people put thousands of hours into creating this piece of content. And in the case of Ratatouille or Inside Out or Coco or some of these other movies, Wall-E, they're not things that would ever be made.
No. And the other thing is,
this is not mainstream ideas or things.
Well, I'm lucky enough to have we are lucky enough to have healthy children.
Yes.
To where I have sat down and enjoyed these movies with everyone I've seen, everyone I've read, every movie here except for of Coco, I haven't seen. But I am lucky enough to enjoy them with my children. That's why I've seen them multiple times.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that either have younger children that haven't gotten here yet, or people who don't have children. They will be where we are here in 5 years, and they're like, "Oh my God, Pixar is phenomenal! I didn't realize what you guys are talking about when I listen to this podcast."
And I think where we're incredibly lucky is that this stuff came out. So Pixar, or an animated movie in general, came out when we were young enough to remember that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So in our parents' day and age,
we span that.
We span the gap. Yes. And in our parents' day and age, this was, they were our age and this stuff just came out, right? And it was something brand new.
And it was kids stuff.
It was, at the time, promoted as kids stuff. And we had talked about Toy Story 4 in a previous episode. And all of the Toy Stories, when they first came out, were promoted, it seemed like, and were written for a younger generation,
and
a child.
First and second is totally the case.
But then as you see Toy Story 3 and 4 especially, it's tailored more for an adult crowd. Even though it's an animated film, once you watch it, it's like, man, I've grown up with these characters. Even though they're toys, it's the story A lot of people look past story, and that's where bring
they
it.
Can't get their egos or something to step down for a second and just allow them
This is why I
to
always
enjoy something for the story.
This is why I always bring it back to comic books.
And that's where I was going with it too.
So
because it's like the perfect segue.
When you talk about comic books, it's a picture book, right? And people don't like to look at pictures and then read words, and they think it's a kid's thing. The story in and of itself is an adult content book. Anywhere you look, I don't care what story you look at. These books are written for an adult.
By an adult.
And they are for you. You have to get past the fact that it's a picture.
Yeah.
And once you read the
easy
story,
way to get past that when you sit there and realize that an artist was involved, that it's art.
yes,
And that's the same with movies. Like, it's not just a story, it's art
it's
as well.
100% art.
So if you can get by that and be like, again, it's a small-mindedness
To a
to a
point,
certain
yeah.
extent.
It is. It's just I don't want to talk down about people and say that they are small-minded. I just don't think that they are open enough to understand that the story is 100% relative to their life.
Yeah.
Recently, I've also learned that it's how you take in information too. Like,
True.
hold on. My daughter, who is soon to be 10, she is cursed with my brain, and say that however you want to look at it. Bryce took after my older brother, who can read a novel with no pictures, and understand and retain it. He's a really smart individual.
Yeah, comprehension.
Yeah. Well, where Grace, she's she loves graphic novels. She reads the words, she sees the picture, she retains the information. She's like me.
Visual.
Very visual. And she loves graphic novels. She loves comic books because she can relate to them. She understands them.
Yeah.
She can take the information in like that very quickly.
But honestly, I think human nature is
Yeah.
that.
Everybody, I think people don't give it a chance, but even somebody that isn't a visual learner like that, it's so much easier to comprehend a story. That's why movies are so popular, right?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
It's so much easier to
That's what I was
comprehend a
gonna-
story when there's a visual element.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
everyone
great,
gravitates.
It's great to be able to read a novel and picture it all in your imagination.
Absolutely,
And we've
absolutely.
all been there, and everybody gets there, and everybody will get there to where they're able to do that. And there's nothing like that. It's a different experience.
In school, in 5th grade, I remember there was like a book club or a reading. Like, everybody had to read a certain amount of books, right? And try to get to a certain level, and you were scored on how many books you read and whatnot. And that's good in every sense of the word. But I feel like there's a half the percentage of kids that could do just as well as the top percentage of kids if you would let them read a comic book or a graphic novel, because they're better at visualizing things.
Yeah.
They can still read the words. You're still reading, but you're visualizing what happens. And they could do just as well as those other kids.
I think comics are great for reading comprehension because once you start to get into one and you start reading fast,
Oh, yeah.
you start just skimming the words
and seeing the
what
pictures,
happens. But you're just skimming over the words, but you're totally contextualizing the whole story.
yeah, you're
Absolutely.
making the story in your
And
brain.
after a while, you forget that you're reading.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
And it becomes a movie, and that's why people are.
And that's
People
the
are
same way that
so
people
obsessed with movies.
that can, like Bryce, that can read a novel and make that movie in his head. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes it's
I
the
was
same
not that
thing.
way.
It's the same thing.
I was not that way in school. I did not like reading. I was always slower at reading. I didn't read as fast as most people. Even today, like even right now, my wife reads so much faster than me.
Same here.
And she'll tell me, she's like are you, she's not making fun of me by any means. She'll just say like, oh my gosh, are you done reading that? No. Like I don't know if I'm thinking too much into the words I'm reading, or
I think it's just everybody's
like
different.
my dad can read through a book. Like you can give him a book and he will read it like instantly that night.
Yeah.
Like, how did you do that? You know, I don't understand how people can read so fast and obtain information. To me, like every word I read, I'm trying to like picture.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the story I'm trying to picture. So in a comic book, it's already pictured for you.
Right.
I can read the words and look through the book, and it's so fast. And I don't know. I think that can really help all kids across the board, because it's doing it for you. And at the end of the day, that's what we're looking for, is comprehension. If you can comprehend a story drawn and written for you, it's the same thing as watching a movie. Like, everybody's so obsessed with watching movies nowadays. Comic books were the original movie.
Right.
And that's where it's at, man. Like, story wise, it's bar none better than a novel, I think.
Well, I just think it's also ridiculous that, it's perfectly acceptable to read a Stephen King book, but to read the Saga of Swamp Thing, which is a Stephen King comic book.
It is.
Which I think
Really
but
is.
better, you know what I mean?
No, but I really think that has changed with all the DC app and Comixology. There's so much more stuff out there for people to be able to read comic books.
It has changed. You're right.
I think comic books are more mainstream than novels, because
I would agree with that. I think my point in saying that was specifically like just the Pixar discussion.
That's what, yeah.
Everybody, a lot
That's
of people
what
would say, like, I can't believe you guys are sitting around talking about Pixar movies. It's like, you guys, it's the same thing with comic books, the same thing with all this other things. Like, you got to have an open mind. You got to be able to look at these stories and realize they're incredible. And that goes for all animated movies. That goes for the DC animated movies.
Well, that goes
for anime.
That goes for everything in life.
It goes for everything. You're 100% right.
Think for yourself.
That's one big
Don't
thing
let somebody else tell you what
That's
to
what-
think.
That's what this is. That's what this started as.
That's what we start. So all full circle right here is that what you just said to begin this whole conversation was like, that's why this podcast started. And you're right. And dude, you're right, because you just said the whole reason why we started this is like, we loved this certain thing, and we had talked about it in bars and to our friends at parties or at home. We made a discussion about comic books,
But we talked about it to ourselves.
but
And we had to
and
work,
about movies and
you
stuff.
have to work into
And-
having that discussion with
Yes.
another person to be like, well, is this okay?
Well,
is that okay?
yes.
So
It
all
was
this thing
work.
started. Jerry did not.
He didn't even know you liked any of this stuff.
I really didn't. And the reason I didn't know you like this stuff, or I didn't know a lot of people like this stuff, is because
No one talks about it.
nobody talks about reading comic books, watching comic book movies, even though like everybody could say, oh yeah, I went and saw the newest Avengers. That's fine.
That's okay.
But as soon as you
when
say
they
like,
said that back in the day, when they said that, they'd be like, yeah, I saw the Avengers movie. But they automatically defaulted to the like, yeah, I mean, it was fine for, like it was a comic book movie.
Yes.
They said that, but they didn't have, and they loved it. They might have loved it.
everybody
wouldn't-
loved
they
it.
wouldn't-
Everybody went and saw them.
But they wouldn't say like, oh, it was great and this and this and this. They'd be like, secretly, they'd be like, I really liked it, but I got to act like it's kid stuff.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
exactly. And
Yep.
we had always had that discussion, and that's why Chris and I had always like blew up. Like, we were always friends because of that discussion, right? But the majority of people, when you tried to have that discussion, it was kind of a wall, and it was like, yeah, they're good, but what does that have to do about
No Godfather movie.
my life?
Yeah.
But again, you talk about Godfather or Saving Private Ryan,
It's all the
or,
same shit.
Yeah.
or Heat,
There's just
or
stories.
whatever. Like,
exactly.
like
Chris.
none of like, oh, I loved Gladiator. What do you have to tie into Gladiator? Have you ever been a gladiator? Have you ever fought for your life in an arena? No. You liked
Well,
Russell Crowe.
There was that
bucking
one
the
time I was
system.
stuck over there in South Wilmington. But that's a long story.
But Russell Crowe was like fighting the system,
Right.
you know? Like that was the story. And that's what people liked. Like people liked seeing him like fight against the government, basically.
Right.
You know, like if you
Just like Braveheart.
if you didn't like
like-
the government, yeah. Like if you didn't like what was happening at the time and you had like a certain rebellion, that's what you liked.
It's the story.
Sure,
Yeah.
he cut the heads off of a bunch of people in an arena and did whatever. You liked the fact that he was not agreeing to the system that he was thrown into under poor circumstance. And then you get into a comic book movie and a guy can shoot plasma out of his hands, or Thor has a hammer and can slam it on top of a guy and create lightning and whatever. That's ridiculous.
Right.
You know, but a gladiator that you've never met in your life and you didn't know any gladiators to begin with is okay.
Right.
You know, that's where we come from. And the fact is like the story is where it's at, and we all relate to that story. And just like I said with Ratatouille, it's a freaking rat inside of a guy's hat. And that dude is learning how to overcome his adversity in like feeling uncomfortable with cooking, feeling uncomfortable with who he is, and learning to overcome that from a friend.
Yeah, but the one thing you guys forget about is a good dinosaur. When he takes
Which is-
that, he's plowing
You're
the
such
field.
a
He's
dick.
such a meek and meager little dinosaur.
Yeah, you know why? Because his dad died.
Yeah,
Well,
He's
and-
trying to recover
because
that.
of him.
Well, that's
That's beyond the point. But
yeah, because of him, he's plowing the field with his nose, and
would you
that's how
die
I-
for your son?
That was a great callback.
Would any of you? No, wait. This is bullshit. Would any of you die for your kid?
Of course.
Of course you would. So would the Good Dinosaur's dad, and then his friend that came along was this
Just-
abandoned boy.
Stop.
You guys are the worst.
Now
You're-
I am judging you.
I'm going to fight you over this. I think it's a good movie. And at the end of the day, it has a good message because he overcomes the death of his dad. He gains a friend, and he's basically the man of the household after that.
Yeah. Because he got everybody else killed.
Yep.
Everyone. His dad sacrificed himself to save his son.
So the point of this all is
Chris won't save his children, and dude hates people.
if you take the step by listening to
I
us,
couldn't have said that better.
if you take the step by listening to this podcast to be able to admit, like, I'm into comic book movies, trust us. Take the next step, start reading some comic books or watching some animated comic book movies, and take that step, and everything will be great.
So, yeah, I agree with you about take the next step and read a comic book because that's where story comes from. And I wholeheartedly believe in that. And
Or just read a book.
yeah,
They're
books,
good too.
Yeah, books in general.
Enjoy art with an open mind.
Right.
Yep.
And that's the biggest thing in today's day and age is like open mind on
And like, just
media.
stop watching reality shows
Well, and there's so many things that
and true crime shows.
You have a phone in your hand, whether what phone you have. There are so many apps. I usually have 2 books queued up in my phone to be able to read all times. I usually have 5 or 6 comic books I'm reading it all at the same time. Just switching around whenever I have free time. I usually finish one and go to the next one.
That's my main thing. That I love reading novels, but I don't read enough,
Oh
Yeah.
man,
like at all.
I always got something queued up on my phone.
It's just they're so time consuming. That's
and
the
it's so
issue.
hard to do with kids.
Yeah, it's just so time consuming.
As soon as you have a free moment, you're like, let's relax.
right.
And not worry about what we're doing next. And then when I relax, I could pick up a book and fall asleep.
Well, when I want to relax, it turns out they drop a new episode or no season
Yeah.
of Stranger Things.
That's the biggest problem is like Stranger Things comes out or Jessica Jones
Right.
or a new movie or we're waiting to see Spider-Man.
I
And
want to see Spider-Man so bad, man.
So speaking of comics,
What's in the box?
What's
Chris?
in the box?
what's in that box? First off, let's see.
How many boxes you got? Like 7?
I got a box here from
I gotta say, it's a clean looking box.
April 11th, 2017.
Oh, 2 years old.
We got always amazing Spider-Man.
Always amazing Spider-Man.
The Amazing Spider-Man with your amazing covers. Silver Sable returns. I don't know.
That one looks kind of dark. Show me that again. Show that to me. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The cover.
They have such good art, man.
She's so yeah.
Guys, as soon as we say the name of these books, look them up.
Yeah.
Because
That is number 26.
Silver Sable's hot.
That's
that and the covers are
We got a
Jeez.
Doctor Who 11th Doctor Adventures Year 3.
the 11th Doctor. My man, Matt Smith.
My man.
You need to watch Doctor Who.
I used to watch Doctor Who nonstop till they changed doctors.
Well, they do often,
Yeah, like all the time.
but Matt Smith Doctor Who.
But
number
you
11.
No.
never watched Matt Smith. So you have
I was addicted.
3 amazing seasons ahead of you.
I was addicted to Doctor Who. Who was the guy from Good Omens that you guys love?
David Tennant.
I was addicted to David Tennant.
He's
Doctor
my-
Who.
It's arguably
I-
as good in the Matt Smith era.
No
I
joke.
I didn't miss a fucking episode.
Wait. Arguably as good. You said like
Yeah.
So you're saying Matt Smith era is better than David Tennant's?
I said it could be argued.
Okay.
It could be argued.
I agree with you. It
He's
could
fucking-
be argued,
It's
but
just as good.
He's backpedaling like a motherfucker.
no,
No,
I'm
not backpedaling. I'm saying that the Matt Smith era was very good.
It is. It is like hand in hand. 10th and 11th Doctor is what you should watch.
Yeah.
And intake like those. I was against Matt Smith as soon as he came in, but then once the
They're
story
real
started, holy smokes, man!
We got DC Comics Bombshells.
Bombshells.
Suicide Squad cover.
Oh.
Jerry doesn't like bombshells.
I'm not a big fan of bombshells.
We got DC Universe Rebirth Batman number 20. I Am Bane.
I love Bane stories.
So with my
wish they-
recent entry to the DC Universe app, I started getting the new 52 Batman number 1. That's my first comic book I'm starting. I'm starting the whole 52 run.
Yeah,
So
I
starting,
wish I was you right now.
starting it over. I mean, I haven't read them. I'm starting it over right now.
I wish I was
oh
you.
boy, are
Death-
you in for a treat?
You're in for a
Death,
treat. You're
Death
in for.
of the Family. I'm looking forward to it. Like
You
hugely.
got so
Cow,
much
dude.
good before that though. Like you got Court of Owls.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah,
Oh, I can't wait.
the Court of Owls run.
I honestly wish I was you right now. I'm telling you, like you're in for a life-changing event.
I remember reading those. So that's still when I worked a swing shift, and I remember reading those most of the time on midnights. And I was like nonstop ignoring my job
You
and
can't-
reading
you
these
can't
comics.
put it
government employee at his best over here.
That's perfect. This is what you pay for.
We got The Walking Dead number 166.
It's over. It's over.
It's
Yeah.
well,
It's close to being over.
Star Wars
Oh.
number 30.
What is that?
That's the Skywalker with the lightsaber.
I don't know who he's fighting, but it looks pretty cool.
Leia's not on the cover?
Yeah. Whoa.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's a different cover.
It's not Leia, and she's not half naked. What the
Digital
fuck?
art. A lot of digital art in Star Wars comics,
Yeah.
which is fine. I like digital art.
Is there a new Darth Vader comic out lately?
Not sure.
There was a run by Kieran Gillen.
Vader
Okay.
down.
No, that's an older one. I thought.
Lazarus number
Ooh.
26. That's a cool cover.
That's the last one.
That's the last one.
That's the last
That's
one.
probably worth some coin. Yeah, that's,
There you go.
that's a
You'll be,
great
able,
book.
you'll be able.
There's
to
another one you
retire
can
early.
read, dude.
Lazarus, that whole run
I need to
by
run
Greg
that.
Rucka. Read it.
Yes.
They're making a movie on it, a Netflix movie. You need to read that before the movie comes out.
I need to do a lot of things.
Get on my Comixology.
Old
You can
Man
read it.
Logan number 20.
Ooh.
Jeff Lemire.
Yep. Very good. Again, Old Man Logan, another run you should read.
I saw the movie.
No, it's different.
No.
I know.
Different.
This is the last one.
In that one book? In that one?
Last bag.
Your box is kind of empty tonight.
It's a bag. This is a big bag, though. We got another DC Bombshells.
So good.
Yeah.
We got Batman number 19 of the Rebirth. I haven't read that, so I'm like right around there on the Rebirth run. I'd be probably right there. We got Daredevil. What did they got covered?
Whoa.
It's beautiful.
Number 18.
Purple. A lot of
Charles
purple.
Soule.
A lot of purple.
Soleil.
Did you ever read that run? No.
No, I have not. I have not.
You read the first one and it's like, look at this one. This is gigantic.
It's huge. I have not read the Charles. I always say Soleil because it's like Soule.
Yeah, I don't know how it's pronounced, but Amazing Spider-Man number 25.
Wow, that's a big
cool cover. It's a huge book.
That's a big book.
Huge.
Can you guys read 25 pages in a row? Because I don't know if I can.
25 pages?
Yeah.
This is a lot more than 25
Oh
pages.
my gosh. How much work is that?
That's it. That's a small box.
Wow.
It's a
That is
tight-
a tiny box.
Tight little box.
Everybody loves
Yeah.
a tight box.
I mean, Chris does. Apparently. That's all he orders.
Yeah. So, no, I got to get caught up on these bad boys. I got to get my... I still haven't put anything in my new comics organizational system. So,
You need to get the new Daredevil, the new Spider-Man,
I know.
all of that.
Let's talk about the more important fact of my life. There's two things. When can we go back to a Comic-Con, for God's sakes? I feel like it's been so long.
Is there any coming up? Because I will not be in town for the next couple months.
Well, you're going to miss the big one.
Which one?
Wizard.
Fuck. When is it?
When is that?
It's in August.
Yeah, we're missing.
Oh, yeah.
We will be there. We need to figure this out now, Jerry, because
With a booth.
we're going for the entire convention. I'm
Right.
not doing this one-day shit anymore.
And you'll be easily available because nothing with farming
Oh,
is
I'll
gonna
be
happen.
available. Trust me. And we need to set those days aside.
I completely agree.
If we
Gonna
could
have to happen.
we could get a booth, but we'll see. And then also
No, wait. We have said in previous episodes, if you guys have followed along, that we would have a comic book ready
yeah. Well,
to
that's
put
not going
out.
to happen. So
in August. Quit saying it's not going to happen.
well, we're getting damn close.
Well, we have to act on that then.
Okay. Deal. Let's do that.
That's what we have to do. Like, that's the only answer to this.
Yeah.
Is not saying, like, well, maybe next time.
We got to make our art, Jerry.
Right. Yeah, we have to do a lot of things. And
And
we can
then-
do it. It's wholeheartedly possible for us to do that. It's just like putting your nose to the grindstone and doing it.
The
is
other big thing is this weekend marked the beginning of what's supposed to be a 2019 Snarf field trip.
Oh, I want to go to
This
Tanks.
weekend?
Well, I mean, it's every weekend from here on out.
We gotta get one.
The Bristol Renaissance Fair.
Ooh,
Yeah.
It's a Snarf
I
field
thought you
trip.
meant to the tanks. We're gonna go to the sensory deprivation tanks.
Oh, well, that too.
Oh, that too. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
supposed to do a
We
sensory
gotta do that.
deprivation.
Too bad dude's going out of town for like the next 2 months.
Yeah,
Why are you doing that?
work.
Well, quit your job.
Yeah. Come
That's
on.
silly.
We got deprivation tanks we go to.
Yeah.
We got Renaissance fairs to go to.
5K?
Well, I don't think iTrees or Hartford Farms are gonna pay me 6 figures a year.
No, they
so-
will. No, they will.
I don't know if you know that or not.
Yeah, no, iTrees will. They already do for me. At least 6K a year.
I am in the wrong line of work.
If we get our Patreon page up, maybe Snarf Comics could pay
We could fund it.
6 figures.
So
If we
as
hit
I'm
a
walking out of the
Patreon.
house tonight, Grace goes to me. She goes, "Hey, yeah, what's up, babe? Where you going?" She goes, "Where you going?" I'm gonna go, to Jerry and Chris's podcast. She goes, "So when that thing takes off, are you gonna do it for a living?" I'm like, well, only if I can make a lot of money at it. She goes,
Yeah, that would be
Well, that's the, I mean, so
that would be something.
So
if we
like-
could make enough money to employ 3 people,
If we could make enough money to pay like our
A half a person.
thousands of dollars a year and
So Bryce
Costs?
and Grace.
It'd be amazing.
So Bryce and Grace are thinking that you two are celebrities because
Well,
you have a podcast.
well, we are.
Yeah, I mean, keep letting them know that we are
Well,
celebrities.
I do, and you guys are nice enough to let me on here, and so Grace is bound to determine that we are going to be famous someday. She's like, that's it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I'd be down for that, but we don't do it for the fame. We do it for our loyal fans.
There's no fame here. This is just what we like to do.
Yeah, but we do have a sponsorship at our golf outing.
We
have a
are-
sign.
Case IH.
No,
What?
we have
No.
a Snarf Talk whole sponsorship.
Oh, I think meant Case IH
for the upcoming
us.
golf outing in July 12th.
Yeah, which Jerry will not be at.
I won't be at.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because of Asian
yeah.
carp. You can blame them.
Just quit your job, isn't that? Isn't that the advice you
I
just
did
gave
say
me?
that. I did say that earlier, didn't I? I'm sorry. Well, that won't happen.
It's not like you got a baseball game or anything.
Yeah.
Not July 12th. July 13th, we will.
Yeah, me and Keith made sure of that.
Good, because I wouldn't have been there.
Same here.
That's a really good thing.
Okay, kids, here you go. You're on your own.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, I think we're at the end of our time.
Yep.
I guess so.
For Snarf Talk this week, I've been Chris.
I'm Dude.
And I am Gerald.
See ya.
Bye.